You know, when something is physical, if your partner has a one night incident with someone else and it's a physical thing, it's painful. But when it's emotional, you know that it's been going on for a long time and that those ties and the bonds are stronger. Am I wrong?
Yes, because and very often that's the problem we have. So one person will be like, but there's nothing wrong with this. You are messing with my freedom. You are being paranoid. I'm just friends with this person. Why does this bother you? But when we think about what love is, and if we think love is seeking the highest good for the other, to say that I want the best for you. Now, if I'm engaging in things that contradict the highest good for you, should I then continue with them? Or should I say, but you know, this thing that I'm doing, that I enjoy, that I'm participating in, it affects the person that I care about or claim to care about, then should I be continuing with it? And I think once we look at it in that way, we might want to make different decisions then.
All right, let's see some of these. This is, I like this one. Is it more or less like fantasizing, Oganjan? It's a good question though. I'm trying to understand, if I fantasize about someone else while I'm with my husband, is it the same thing? You see, because you're going to have someone say, but we all fantasize. I mean, who hasn't imagined a night out with Tay Diggs?
Yes, I like I like the idea of you know, they usually say, you know, if a bird flies on top of your head, you can't control it. So a thought can pass over your head, but it's something else when the bird starts setting up a nest. So if you notice somebody and you have a thought, I would recommend that one does not entertain it or develop it, because everything we act out started somewhere in our brains. It's something that we develop, we put it in our subconscious. And sometimes perhaps when we're tired, when we're not prepared, we might catch ourselves off guard. Because when you find people in affairs and you ask them, but how is it that this happened? Some will tell you, I don't know. I really don't know.
No.
Yeah, people would seem dumbfounded by the fact that I did not plan. I didn't think it would get this far. We're just having lunch. I don't know how just texting, having lunch led to us getting to this point, you know. So my point is, one ought to be very careful about being too confident with the thoughts in their head.
So let them fly by, essentially.
Yeah, because remember, what you entertain grows. We are simply acting out yesterday's thoughts. Whatever we do today, somehow we absorbed it, entertained it, watered it, grew it. When we function, we are living today because of what we thought yesterday.
Like these are the SMSs that are coming. Maswabi in Bloemfontein says, what you don't know will never hurt you. I once thought to convert my lady's numbers to contract so I can see what's going on. Oh, so you wanted to track her phone. Not good. When you love someone, let's set her free. Okay, so Maswabi found something.
Something unpleasant. I don't know. I think it's the philosopher, I'm not sure if it's Aristotle, who said something like, an unexamined life is not worth living. There are certain things, red flags in relationships. We may pretend that we don't see them. We may pretend that it doesn't matter. But there'll come a time when the thing we've been ignoring, the thing we've been suspicious about, comes back to bite us.
Here's another one from MM that says, strangely though, sometimes the partner's no longer willing to compromise and to make the emotional connection in the relationship like it is with the third party. See, that's a difficult point where the wife is already saying, I'm not changing it. I have an emotional bond with this person and it's not going anywhere. Let's talk about what to do. What do we do?
Okay, that's a difficult one. So the thing I wanted to explain is that, remember, so when we meet each other in the beginning, in fact, psychologically, it's like we're on drugs.
Yes, someone said it's insanity.
Yeah, so our brains release certain hormones, so we're very excited about the individual. So there's this excitement, this joy, it's new. every novel experience, it's often very exciting for us. But the brain has to do something. So because it doesn't have to work, it kind of creates categories. That's why if you meet somebody in the beginning, with time, you create sort of like, we call it a schema, certain patterns. That's why a certain look, a certain, the way they move could irritate you, because your brain already says, oh, when she does that, this is when he does. So you already, the brain has almost made your partner ordinary because of time. Now, when you meet someone else, you're still in that novelty situation. You're very excited, it's new, it's fresh. But with time, the same thing could happen.
So will you keep
ordinary? So are you going to keep doing that? So one of the things that people need to bear in mind is that when you're in a relationship is work. It helps to have novel experiences, to always go on dates, try different things, learn the person you're with, to study them, to always keep growing. You develop. You're not the same person at the end of the relationship than when you began. So we need to think about those things, that we need to always invest in a relationship. Otherwise, we'll get bored.
Yeah, I think we need the tools to do that, and that's where people struggle.
Yes.
Is once that association, that scheme that you talk about happens, and our partner is now ordinary, we don't have the tools to keep it going, and that's what we still need. A lot of couples